母亲节快乐 ，Happy Mother's Day。
母亲节快乐。
Mother's Day is that special day when it comes around once a year that we honor our mothers.
母亲节是我们每年一次纪念母亲的特殊日子。
According to the dictionary, a mother is a female parent or a biological mother.
根据字典，母亲是母性父母或者亲生母亲。
Really?
就是这样的吗？
That's it?
真的吗？
To be a good mother means you have given birth to a child.
做了妈妈就意味着你给孩子生产吗？
I think Sydney Harris has it right.
我认为悉尼哈里斯是对的。
She says being a mother isn't simply a matter of having children.
她说，作为一个母亲，不仅仅是生孩子的问题。
To think that is absurd and is believing that someone who has a piano makes them a musician.
这种想法就相信有一台钢琴就会成为一名钢琴家那样的荒谬。
It's not surprising the world would not totally understand what a mother is,
世界并不完全理解母亲是什么，
or for that matter, what a father is.
或者说父亲是什么。
Why?
为什么呢？
Because motherhood was God's idea.
因为母亲是上帝的旨意，
God, He knows what makes a good mother.
上帝知道怎样生产一好妈妈。
He's seen many examples of a good mother,
他见过很多好妈妈的例子，
but He's also seen many examples of a bad mother.
但是他也见过很多坏妈妈的例子。
We see one such great mother recorded in the Old Testament, the book of Samuel.
我们在旧约中看到一位这样的伟大的母亲，
Her name is Hannah.
她的名字叫哈娜。
Today we want to explore the characteristics of a godly mother.
今天我们要探讨敬虔母亲的特征。
And the story of Hannah, as found in 1 Samuel that we just read, gives us a first-hand look at what a godly mother is.
哈娜的故事在撒母耳记上一章中，让我们亲眼目睹了一位敬虔的母亲。
But first, let me ask you, are mothers important?
但是首先，让我问问你，母亲重要吗？
There is the obvious point that without mothers, none of us could be here.
有一点很明显，没有母亲，我们没有一个人可以坐在这里。
Of course, our mothers gave birth to us.
首先，母亲生了我们。
More than that, our characters have been impacted by our mothers for good or for bad.
此外，我们的性格也受了母亲的影响，或好或坏。
Our mothers played a very significant role in each of our development.
我们的母亲在我们的每个发展过程中都发挥了非常重要的作用。
Mothers, they're game changers one way or the other.
母亲以某种方式成为了游戏的改变者。
There's not always a direct correlation, but godly people refer frequently to the influence of having a godly mother.
这不总是直接相关的，但敬虔的人经常提到拥有敬虔的母亲的影响。
Of course, the opposite is also true.
当然，有时反过来也是如此。
In the story, Samuel has the godly mother.
在这个故事中，萨尔姆有一个敬虔的母亲。
If you had a godly mother, then you're very fortunate and you should be thankful for that today.
如果你有一个敬虔的母亲，那么你今天非常幸运的，应该非常感恩。
Or perhaps your mother was not a godly mother, but she was a good mother.
或许你的母亲不是一位敬虔的母亲，但是一位非常好的母亲。
And for this, you also should be thankful.
为此，我们仍然应该要感谢。
However, for some, remembering your mother may bring pain and sadness.
然而，对于一些人来说，想起你的母亲可能会带来痛苦和悲伤。
For you, this day may be a day to start the process of healing, reconciliation, and forgiveness.
对于你来说，这一天可能是开始治愈、和解和宽恕过程的一天。
Fact is, mothers have had a huge impact on society, on the world.
事实上，母亲对世界产生了巨大的影响。
I'm sure that to some degree, Jesus was influenced and shaped by his mother Mary.
我敢肯定，在某种程度上，耶稣受到了他的母亲玛丽的影响和塑造。
John the Baptist, he was allowed to be an eccentric individual because of his affirming mother, his loving mother.
施许约翰被允许成为他这个古怪的人，因为他有一位坚定慈爱的母亲。
Let's face it, how many mothers would allow their children to go into public, never having shaved and wearing clothes made of camel's hair?
让我们面对现实吧，有多少母亲会允许自己的孩子在公共场所外出？他们从来不刮胡子，还穿着骆驼毛做的衣服。
How many mothers would tell their best friends you packed your son's lunch box with your favorite meal, locust and wild honey?
有多少母亲会告诉他们最好的朋友，你的儿子的午餐盒里装了他最喜欢吃的蝗虫和野蜜蜂。
Look throughout history.
贯穿历史。
John Wesley credits his mother for his spiritual formation and passion for Christ.
约翰卫斯理将他的属灵塑造和对基督的热情归功于他的母亲。
That experience could be told time and time again.
这种经历可以一次又一次的讲述。
On the other side of the coin, there are mothers who may have had a negative impact on their children.
另一方面，有些母亲对孩子产生了一些负面的影响。
Who would like to be the child of Jezebel?
谁愿意让耶洗别做母亲呢？
David Koresh, the cult leader in Waco, Texas, spoke about his mother who never protected him from the abuse of her live-in boyfriend.
俄克萨斯州韦科的邪教领袖大卫谈到他的母亲从未保护他免受同居男人的虐待。
To be a mother is to be a major influencer in the world today.
成为母亲就是成为世界上的主要影响者。
Mothers play a primary role in molding and shaping the lives of countless people.
母亲在塑造无数人的生活中起着主要的作用。
Yet it seems like that today in the age of motherhood is considered to be something that is no longer valued.
然而，在当今时代，母性似乎不再被重视。
To be a mother is to be less important than a career or finding who you are.
做母亲不如职业重要，也不如发现自己重要。
By the way, it's the same for fathers.
顺便说一句，父亲也是如此。
Hollywood often portrays motherhood in the same light as slavery or some form of bondage instituted by mankind.
好莱坞经常以奴隶制或人类建立的某种形式的束缚相同的方式来描绘母性。
It seems like motherhood and children simply get in the way of a woman living her life.
是否母亲和孩子只是阻碍了一个女人过她的生活。
However, motherhood is something God created and saw it as good.
然而，母亲是上帝创造并认为是好的东西。
So therefore, the first point I want to make is that mothers are important.
因此，我要说的第一点是，妈妈是非常重要的。
To be a mother is it's a very good thing.
做母亲是一件非常好的事情。
So what made Hannah a great mother?
因此，是什么让哈拿成为一位伟大的母亲呢？
What can we learn about godly motherhood from Hannah, from her?
我们可以从哈拿的身上学到什么尽情的母性呢？
Mothers matter when they are committed to God in prayer.
当母亲献身于上帝的祈祷时，她们是非常重要的。
Even in her deepest anguish, Hannah was committed to God and to prayer.
即使在她最深的痛苦中，哈拿也委身于上帝的祈祷。
Her heartfelt pain and shame was that she had no children.
她的心痛和耻辱是没有孩子。
On top of this, she had to endure the daily haunting of Peninnah, continued mocking her barrenness, particularly when she went into the house of the Lord each year.
最重要的是，他不得不忍受比尼拿每天嘲讽他刺辱，尤其是当他们每年去耶和华殿的时候。
The mocking continued even after she arrived in the temple.
这个嘲笑仍然在继续，当他到达那个朝拜殿的时候，
Eli the priest accused her of being intoxicated, being drunk.
那个以利那个牧师在讽刺他的喝醉。
Nevertheless, she continued to pray earnestly, humbly, trusting God.
尽管如此，他继续祈祷，虔诚的祈祷。
And God heard her prayer.
上帝听到了他们的祷告。
Most of you know that our son, when he was in high school, he got involved in drugs. 大多数人都知道，他们的儿子在上高中时 His life was
卷入毒品，
his life was on a downward spiral.
他的生活陷入了恶性循环。
Many people had given up hope of him ever changing.
许多人已经放弃了希望他不断的改变。
It would have been easy for Jackie and I to have given up hope.
佳琪和我很容易放弃希望，
Instead, we continued to pray for him.
相反，我们继续为他祷告。
We always tried to do our best to keep the lines of communication open.
我们总是尽最大努力来保持沟通。
He was comfortable telling us things,
他很乐意告诉我们一些事情，
things that many times that were hard to hear and we disagreed with.
很多时候很难听到我们很难听到而且不同意的事情。
In those instances, we would state what we believe, but in a loving, non-judgmental way.
在那些情况下，我们会以一种充满爱意的非评判方式来陈述我们信仰。
We did our best to not enable him in his drug addiction.
我们尽力不让他染上毒瘾。
The point is, Jackie and I did not give up on him, and we continued to pray for him.
关键是佳琪和我没有放弃他，我们继续为他祷告。
Eventually, things got so bad that he was facing the possibility of going to prison.
最终事情变得很糟糕，糟糕到面临要入狱的情况，
He came to his senses. God had finally got his attention.
以至于他醒不过来。上帝终于引起了他的注意。
He turned back to God, and now he's a deacon in his church, and he's the president of Bush Mission International.
他回转归向于上帝，现在是他所在教会的执事。
He is who he is today because of Jackie and my commitment to pray for him and not lose hope.
他能成为今天的他，部分原因是佳琪和我为他代祷，而不是失去失望。
Mothers matter when they commit their children to the Lord.
当母亲将孩子交托给主的时候，是非常重要的。
We live in a world of entitlement and self-determinism.
我们生活在一个权力和自我决定论的世界里。
We believe it's our right to determine who and what our children become.
我们相信，我们有权决定我们的孩子将会成为谁，或成为一个什么样的人。
This is a far cry from the biblical position of seeing all things as gifts from God,
这与圣经的立场相去甚远。
and that we are to submit to God's will in how we live and how we determine how something are used or how others are to live their lives.
我们要把上帝的旨意在我们的生活方式，以及我们如何决定如何使用某些东西，或其他人如何过他们生活中活出来。
Hannah, she understood this.
哈拿明白这一点，
She recognized that Samuel was not hers but belonged to God.
他认识到撒母耳并不属于他，是属于上帝的。
He was on loan to her from God.
撒母耳是上帝借给他的。
The Lord's will for Samuel took precedence over her own desire for her child.
主对撒母耳的旨意是优先于他自己对孩子的愿望。
I'm sure this was a struggle for her.
我敢肯定，这对他来说是非常挣扎的，
It was costly.
这是要付出代价的。
She would miss out on so much of the joy of seeing him grow.
他会错过太多看到他成长的快乐。
Regardless, she acknowledged that Samuel belonged to the Lord much more than to herself.
无论如何，他承认撒母耳属于主，永远属于他，永远超过属于他自己。
She preferred the pleasure of knowing that her son had followed the Lord, and followed the Lord he did.
他更喜欢知道他的儿子已经跟随主的喜悦，并跟随他所行的主。
You know better than anyone the desire of most Chinese parents for their children to grow up to be a doctor, and if not a doctor, a lawyer.
你比任何人都清楚，大多数的中国父母愿望是希望孩子长大后成为一名医生，如果不是医生的话，那就是律师。
How many of you desire for your child to grow up to be a pastor or a missionary?
你们当中有多少人希望你的孩子长大后成为律师或者是传教士呢？
Traditionally, Chinese children expect to support their parents in old age, and I get that.
传统上，中国的孩子应该赡养父母，我能够明白理解这一点。
But God is the one who provides.
但上帝是提供者，
Our dependency should be on the Lord, not on our children.
我们应该依靠主，不依靠我们的孩子。
Here in the States, the story is the same, though the sacrifice is not the same.
在美国，故事是一样的，尽管牺牲不一样。
Parents, moms also too often have their minds made up of what their children will do and not do.
父母、妈妈们也常常决定孩子该做什么，不该做什么。
It takes great trust to believe that God has the very best interests of our children in mind.
我们需要极大的信任，才能相信上帝为我们的孩子着想。
Hannah, she understood this and she put her faith in knowing that God would take care of Samuel.
哈拿明白这一点，并相信上帝会照顾撒母耳。
But mothers matter when their love is sacrificial.
母亲是至关重要的，当他们的爱是牺牲的时候。
Hannah exemplifies the teaching of Jesus.
哈拿以耶稣为教导为例，
She's willing to submit her life to God.
他愿意将自己的生命交给上帝，
She was willing to lay down her life for her son.
他愿意为儿子舍命。
In the most tangible way, she was willing to give up everything to have a child, but only in accordance with God's will.
在最基点的方面，他愿意放弃一切来生孩子，只是按照上帝的旨意。
Most mothers can relate to this quote: "Before you were born, I loved you. Before you were here, an hour I would die for you."
大多数母亲都可以理解这句话。在你出生之前，我就爱你；在你来这里之前1个小时，我会为你而死。这就是母爱的炽热，
This is the fierce love of a mother.
这是母爱的炽热。
David Lloyd George is remembered as one of the greatest prime ministers of Great Britain.
大卫·劳勃·乔治作为英国最伟大的首相之一，而被人们铭记，
Yet of his past, little is known.
但他过去鲜为人知。
When he was an infant in northern England, his mother got caught in a blinding blizzard.
当他在英格兰北部还是一个婴孩时，他的母亲遭遇了一场致盲的暴风雪。
Lost and freezing, she huddled beneath a tree for shelter.
他的母亲迷路了，冻僵了，卷缩在一棵树下避雨，
Removing her coat and wrapping it around young David.
脱下他的外套裹在小大卫的身上。
The next day, she was found dead,
第二天，他被发现死，
but the child was still alive.
但孩子还活着。
A mother's love is sacrificial.
母爱是一种牺牲的爱。
Mothers matter when they love and are loved by their husband.
当母亲爱丈夫并被丈夫爱时，母亲是很重要的。
The relationship between love of husband and love of child is not mutually exclusive.
丈夫的爱和孩子的爱之间的关系并不相互排斥。
Hannah, she demonstrated this.
他呢证明了这一点。
She loved them equally but differently.
他平等的爱他们，又对待他们不同。
One is a husband, one is a son.
一个作为丈夫，另外作为一个儿子。
It's not easy to strike this balance.
要取得这种平衡并不容易。
And for husbands, this can be a challenge.
对丈夫来说，这是一个挑战。
Before children, all of our attention is directed toward the husband.
在孩子面前，所有的注意力都集中在丈夫身上。
And after the children, the mother's love is split between the child and the husband.
有了孩子之后，母亲的爱就分给了孩子和丈夫。
Husbands, you must continue to love your wife and support her financially and emotionally.
丈夫们，你们必须继续爱你的妻子，在经济上和情感上支持她。
The best mothers have the support and love of their husbands.
最好的母亲有得到丈夫的支持和爱。
Elkanah, Hannah's husband, knew it would be difficult for Hannah to give up Samuel, but he had faith. As he said, do what seems best to you. Stay here until you have weaned him. Only may the Lord make good his word.
哈拿的丈夫以利加拿知道哈拿很难放弃撒母耳，但他有信心，正如他所说，就随你的意行吧。可以等儿子断了呢，但愿耶和华应验他的话。于是妇人在家里抚养儿子，直到断了吧。
It would have also been hard for Elkanah to give up Samuel.
以利加拿也很难放弃撒母耳。
Samuel was his firstborn male son and his rightful heir.
撒母耳是他的长子，是他的合法继承人。
Elkanah had faith in God and Hannah's decision.
以利加尔相信上帝和哈拿的决定。
Not only did he have faith in Hannah, but he loved her.
他不仅相信哈拿，而且爱她。
Why?
为什么呢？
Elkanah's love for Hannah was not dependent on whether she was able to give him children.
以利加拿对哈拿的愛，並不取決於他是否能夠生育。
His affection was not conditional on what she did or what she did not do.
他的感情並不以哈拿做了什麼，或者說沒做什麼而決定。
He loved her because of who she was, not for what he got.
他愛哈拿只是因為他是誰，而不是因為哈拿有什麼。
He loved her because he saw her as a gift from God and treated her as such.
他愛哈拿，因為他將哈拿視為上帝賜予的禮物。
Husband, if you want to give your wife a Mother's Day present, then love them in this way.
先生们，如果你们想给妻子一份母亲节礼物，那你就这样爱你的妻子吧。
God, he blessed Hannah with more children after Samuel.
在撒母耳之後，上帝賜福給哈拿更多的孩子。
We see in 1 Samuel 2, verse 5, Hannah speaking of herself, she prays, she who was barren has borne 7 children.
我们在撒母耳记上2章5节中看到，哈拿在谈到他自己祈祷时，不生育的生了7个儿子。
I believe Hannah would have showed no more favoritism to any one of her children than she did when she had only her husband and Samuel.
我相信哈拿不会像她只有丈夫和撒母耳时那样偏袒她的任何一个孩子。
If she did have favorites, it would have been in the sense that Irma Bombeck understands favorites.
如果她确实有偏爱，那么就像艾尔玛理解偏爱的意义一样，
Every mother has a favorite child.
每个妈妈都有一个偏爱的孩子，
She cannot help it.
她没办法，
She's only human.
她只是人类。
I have mine.
我也有我的偏爱，
The child for whom I feel special closeness,
我对他有一种特殊的亲切
with
感，
whom I share a love that no one else could possibly understand.
我与他分享一种别人无法理解的爱。
My favorite child is the one who was too sick to eat ice cream at their birthday party.
我最喜欢的孩子是那个在他生日聚会上病得连冰淇淋都吃不了的孩子，
The one who had measles at Christmas.
在圣诞节得了麻疹的孩子，
The one who wore leg braces to bed because his toes were turned in.
睡觉时带着护腿，因为他的脚趾向内翻，
Who had fever in the middle of the night.
半夜发烧的孩子，
The asthma attack.
被哮喘袭击的孩子，
Child in my arms at the emergency room.
在我怀里躺着，在急诊室，在我的怀里躺着的孩子。
My favorite child spent Christmas alone away from the family.
我最喜欢，我最偏爱的孩子独自在圣诞夜节远离家人，
was stranded away from the ball game with a gas tank on empty,
在比赛结束后被油箱困在衣上，
lost the money for his class ring.
失去了他们班级戒指的孩子。
My favorite child was the one who messed up at the piano recital.
我最喜欢的，我最偏爱的孩子是在钢琴独奏会上搞砸的孩子，
Misspelled the word committee in a spelling bee.
在拼字比赛中把委员会议词拼错的孩子，
Ran the wrong way with the football.
在踢足球时跑错了方向的孩子，
Had his bike stolen because he was careless.
还因为粗心大意自行车被偷的孩子。
My favorite child is the one I punish for lying.
我最偏爱的孩子是因为撒谎而受到惩罚的孩子，
Grounded for insensitivity to other people's feelings.
因伤害别人情感而被禁足的孩子，
And informed him that he was a royal pain to the entire family.
并被告知他是整个家族的痛苦的孩子。
My favorite child slammed the doors in frustration.
我最喜欢的孩子沮丧时摔门，
Cried when she didn't think I saw her.
当他认为我没有看到他时大哭，
Withdrew and said she would not talk to me.
退缩时说他不会和我讲话的孩子。
My favorite child always needed a haircut.
我最偏爱的孩子总是需要理发，
Had hair that wouldn't curl.
头发不会卷曲，
Had no date for Saturday night.
周六晚上没有约会，
And a car that cost $600 to fix.
修车要600美元。
My child was selfish,
我偏爱的孩子自私、
immature,
不成熟、
bad-tempered,
脾气暴躁、
and self-centered.
自我为中心。
He was vulnerable,
他很脆弱、
lonely,
孤单，
unsure of what he was doing in the world, and quite wonderful.
不确定自己在这个世界上做什么，却觉得自己还很棒。
All mothers have their favorite child.
所有的母亲都有一个自己最偏爱的孩子，
It's always the same one,
他总是同一个，
the one who needs you at the moment,
此刻需要你的那个，
who needs you for whatever reason,
无论出于何种原因需要你，
to cling to,
清洁、
to shout at,
吼叫、
to hurt,
伤害、
to hug,
拥抱、
to flatter,
奉承，
but mostly just to be there.
但最主要就是为了在那里。
Mothers matter and we should honor them.
母亲很重要，我们应该尊重他们。
For many of us, our mothers are getting older,
对于我们许多人来说，我们的母亲正在变老，
and we're becoming more and more responsible to take care of them.
而我们现在越来越有责任去照顾他们，
And this is a normal part of life.
这是正常的生活的部分。
They've given us much,
他们付出了很多，
and now they are to receive much.
现在他们也应该得到，
So the cycle continues.
所以这个循环应该继续。
So how do we remain a daughter or a son to our mother when she is older?
那么，当母亲变老后，我们将如何继续做她的女儿或儿子呢？
I believe the key is to show honor.
我认为关键是荣耀。
The fifth commandment says, honor your mother so that you may live long in the land.
第5条诫命，当孝敬母亲，使你在这地长寿，
It doesn't have a time limit or expiration date.
没有时间限制和失效日期，
It's for life.
这是为了生活。
Jesus said that those who humble themselves will be exalted,
耶稣说，自卑的人必升为高，
and those who exalt themselves will be humbled.
至高的人必降为卑。
It remains our task to humble ourselves before our parents to serve them.
我们的任务仍然是我们的父母面前谦卑的为他们服务，
To be patient with them because it takes them more time to do things than before.
对他们有耐心，因为他们做事情比以前需要花费更多的时间。
To be gracious to them by empowering them to do things for themselves and others.
通过让他们为自己和他人做事来尊敬他们，
They're at the stage in life where they need purpose.
他们正处于需要目标的人生阶段。
Mothers never stop being mothers.
母亲永远不会停止成为母亲，
It's in their nature to serve.
服务是他们的本性。
Their role has changed, but their desire has not.
他们的角色变了，但他们的愿望没有变。
Most of you are not at this stage in your life yet, but one day you will be.
你们中的大多数人还没有处于人生的这个阶段，但总有一天你会。
If you are at this stage or when you get to this stage, consider meeting on a weekly basis as prayer partners for young women or teenage girls.
如果你正处于这个阶段，或者当你达到这个阶段时，可以考虑每周聚会一次，作为年轻女性或者少女的祈祷伙伴。
Come alongside young mothers just to be an extra set of hands by picking up kids from school or waiting at home until their mothers return from work.
以年轻的母亲们一起来接孩子放学，或在家等待他的母亲下班回来。
As a mother, you know how difficult life can be when you have young children.
作为母亲，你作为母亲，你知道，当你有年幼的孩子时，生活会变得多么艰难。
Do mothers matter?
妈妈重要吗？
I think the answer to this question is summed up best by an ancient Jewish proverb.
我认为这个问题的答案可以用古老的犹太谚语来概括。
God could not be everywhere, so he made mothers.
上帝不可能无处不在，所以他创造了母亲。
Let's bow for word of closing prayer.
让我们低头祷告。
Father, we just take this time to remember the many things that our mothers did for us. We're thankful. Father, help us to show them honor if they're still here with us. Father, we thank you for them. We thank you for what they've done for us, for blessing us, encouraging us, holding us. Father, for those mothers that are here today that have children, we thank for each one of them and the impact that they have on their children. Father, we just thank you. We ask that you be with the rest of our service, the Bible study, and our meal together later. And we just thank you for our mothers. We pray these things in Jesus' name.